roll call and announcement of the open meetings law.
County Commissioners Cruz.
Here.
Duffy.
Here.
Gallo.
Here.
James. Lepore.
Here.
Deputy Director Lazare.
Here.
Director Bartlett.
Here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the notice requirement of the Open Public Meetings Law has been satisfied with respect to this meeting, specifying the time, date, and location, including the annual notice, adopted the reorganization meeting, filed with the county clerk, and posted in the administration building, and mailed to 2 newspapers in accordance with the provisions of the law.
Thank you very much. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, to be followed by an invocation and a moment of silence.
Please join me in Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
Indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
O God, who provides for thy people by thy power and rules over them in love, be gracious enough to bless thy servants, our county commissioners in the county of Passaic, that thy people may dwell in peace and safety through our Lord. Amen.
Please remain standing as you're able for a moment of silence to remember all the men and women who have died while serving in the United States Armed Forces, as well as all those who have died from COVID-19, particularly the 2,302 residents of Passaic County. Thank you. All right. Can I have a motion for approval of the minutes of our prior meeting?
So moved.
Second.
County Commissioners Cruz.
Yes.
Duffy.
Yes.
Gallo.
Yes.
James. Lepore.
Yes.
Deputy Director Lazare.
Yes.
Director Bartlett.
Yes, may I have a motion to approve the proclamation?
Move it.
Second.
County Commissioners Cruz.
Yes.
Duffy.
Yes.
Gallo.
Yes.
James. Lepore.
Yes.
Deputy Director Lazare.
Yes.
Director Bartlett.
Yes. That brings us to our administrator's report. Matthew?
Thank you, Director. First, I have the honor to introduce John Donadio of the New Jersey Association of Counties, Executive Director. Thanks for being with us today, John. He's here to present scholarships from the NJAC Foundation to 5 Passaic County students. So students want to come up to the podium, and I think we have.
Would my colleagues, Deputy Director Lazara and Commissioner Gallo, who's our alternate to NJAC, please join John at the podium? Welcome back to Passaic County, John.
Thank you, sir. It's great to be here. And it's good to see Mr. Jordan as the new my first meeting with Mr. Jordan as the county administrator. You look very handsome up there. How are you? Good to see you.
Notions here.
I have I have had the privilege of witnessing Notion's remarkable journey throughout her time at the school. From the very beginning, it was evident that she possesses a unique drive and curiosity that set her apart from her peers. She consistently demonstrated an unwavering commitment to academic excellence, taking the challenge coursework with enthusiasm and a thirst of knowledge. Notions is a member of our criminal justice program and wants to merge her love for the coding along with criminal justice. She has chosen to pursue, excuse me, a degree in computer science with concentration in cybersecurity. Her dedication, leadership skills, and technical proficiency made her an ideal candidate for any academic program in this field. I wholeheartedly recommended Notions for the scholarship. She is talented, diligent, and natural leader, and very deserving of this scholarship. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Take a picture?
Yeah, you got some money in there.
That's the most important.
Okay.
Do Mom and Big Sis want to come up and join us and be part of the picture as well?
Ow, ow, ow.
Workers' comp.
No, the workers' comp.
We have a couple of other recipients uh, of the NJAC Foundation 2024 VMware scholarships. And I'd just like to acknowledge them. They couldn't be here tonight, but they do deserve acknowledgement. We have Sarah Suleiman. No, she is here. Beed Chowdhury, Jesus Trejo, and Samiha Chowdhury. They have all received these foundation awards, and we're so proud of Passaic County and our students that graduate from high school here because you all do such an amazing job. So if you're watching, we are very proud of all of you, and we wish you the best in your college career and beyond. Thank you.
Yeah, John, if you could just tell us a little bit about, what you're doing on behalf of us in Trenton and also, the scholarship and the over $91,000 of monies that you're giving out to students across New Jersey for vocational technical school pursuits.
I'm happy to do that. My name is John Donadio. I'm the Executive Director of the New Jersey Association of Counties. We're an advocate and a resource for all 21 counties in the state of New Jersey. But more importantly, we have a foundation where over the past decade, we've given over $600,000 to county vocational technical school graduates who are continuing their education right here in the state of New Jersey. We give away 100% of those monies from the generosity of companies like VMware. I think we have another student coming in, so that's great. And just the nominees, the candidates of students that we get every year continue to get better. So it's really an honor and a pleasure to work with these companies who continue with their generosity to provide educational opportunities for our county vocational technical school graduates. So I want to thank the board for giving me a couple of minutes today, and also want to thank all the companies again for their generosity. and most importantly, congratulate all of the students for really building just a wonderful foundation for bright futures. So thank you again.
So we've just been joined by another one of our awardees, Samiha Chowdhury. Samiha is a student from Passaic County Technical Vocational Schools. Um, She had a recommendation that was written by the superintendent. Samiha, right? Samiha.
Is it Samiha?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to read this recommendation that your school wrote for you because it's a really nice thing, and I'm going to leave it with you too, because this is really nice. Samia is an innovative, determined, and outgoing person. She has been on a journey of growth. This is evidenced by her grades, improvement through the years, and her involvement in all community-based activities. Her passion for giving back to her community sets her apart from others. Samiha is a well-rounded student with a good reputation. Throughout her 4 years at Passaic County Technical Institute, all her teachers have consistently reported that she is a pleasure to have in class and works to capacity. Samiha would like to pursue information technology. She would be a great information technology candidate because she does well in math and science. Our marketing program has prepared Samia for a career in information technology by introducing her to data management, technology, strategic thinking, communication, and research. With all this being said, we at Passaic County Technical Institute would like to endorse Samiha for the VMware 2024 NJAC Scholarship. And Samiha, do you want to tell everybody where you're going to school and what your major is?
Hi, like she said before, my name is Samiha, and I will be attending Montclair State University in the fall, where I'll be majoring in information technology, cybersecurity.
I'm going to read this with you too. Did you see this yet?
No,
Oh, it's really nice, right?
yeah, I'm so sorry for being
You can't see me, I can't see you. All right, on three. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you're gonna go.
You're drinking from what do you think?
All right, Director, next we are honoring and recognizing the 34th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act, observing on July 16th, Americans with Disability Act Awareness Day. We have with us today Janice Sangle, the chairwoman of the Passaic County Advisory Council of Disability, to give us a little update on where things stand. So, Chairwoman, if you want to come up, thank you.
You wanna do the proclamation first, or?
Oh, we could do the proclamation first, yeah.
Yeah. Come on here.
I want to acknowledge Janice Sangle and the other members of our Disability Advisory Committee that are here with us today. I've been aware of the Americans with Disabilities Act since back in 1990 when it was first adopted because of my father's work as a pediatrician, making sure schools were accessible to students. And that is something that we try and bring to our work here in Passaic County in every different way that we can. And we do that best, Janice, as you know, when we've got advocates telling us what we need to do. Because if you don't need the accommodations, you may not even understand why they're needed, what they're for. My father loves to tell the story of the school that adapted all of their signs of the doors in different places for blind folks, and they had Braille on all of the door numbers, and then they put the door numbers up above the door. So you could, if you were both blind and 8 feet tall, that you could read them. The basic things of getting it right requires folks who understand the underlying need. And that's why I'm grateful for advocates who, for example, let us know about the grant that funds our sign language interpreters and that makes this room and a whole bunch of other county facilities places where if you've got the hearing loop technology in your hearing aids, that you can fully participate and receive this audio literally broadcast to you. That's something that's funded by the state under the Murphy administration. We knew about it because somebody from the community said, hey, this is there and you should get it, and we have. And so the work that you all do is what makes this possible, and that's why we're presenting this proclamation to all of you, and thanks for what you've done. So, whereas, on July 26, 1990, President George H.W. Bush signed into law the Americans with Disabilities Act to ensure the civil rights of people with disabilities. And whereas this legislation established a clear and comprehensive national mandate for the elimination of discrimination against individuals with disabilities. And whereas the ADA has expanded opportunities for Americans with disabilities by reducing barriers, changing perceptions, increasing full participation in community life, but the full promise of the ADA will only be reached if public entities remain committed in their efforts to fully implement the ADA's mandates. And whereas on the 34th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act, Passaic County, New Jersey celebrates and recognizes the progress that's been made by reaffirming the principles of equality and inclusion and recommitting our efforts to reach full ADA compliance. And whereas the Board of County Commissioners of the County of Passaic, by resolution adopted on May 21, 1997, anybody? No. Created the Advisory Council on Disability to advise the Board of County Commissioners on all matters that affect people with disabilities in Passaic County and to provide a mechanism through which the community can have its voice heard by county government. And whereas the Advisory Council on Disability was formed to promote the inclusion and empowerment of people with disabilities within Passaic County and to advise the Board of County Commissioners on ADA issues that impact the quality of life for people with disabilities. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners that it does hereby reaffirm its commitment to work towards full ADA compliance in Passaic County, and does hereby extend greetings and best wishes to all observing July 16, 2024 as Americans with Disabilities Act Awareness Day. So I want to present this to you, but more important, we want to hear from you how we're doing and what else we need to be doing to make full compliance a reality. So why don't you deliver your report and then we'll present the proclamation with all of us down here. Does that sound good?
As you heard before, my name is Janice Sangle. I'm here on behalf of the Passaic County Advisory Council on Disability. I'm their ADA chairwoman. And I would like to first thank the Board of County Commissioners on adopting this resolution and pledging to recommit to full implementation of the ADA. The ADA is the world's first comprehensive declaration of equality for people with disabilities. according to the 2020 census, 1 out of every 5 Americans have a disability. How is I, as a person, help reaffirm the principles of equality and inclusion and recommit my efforts to full ADA compliance? First, I would educate myself about the ADA by going to www.ada.gov or call the Northeast ADA Center at 1-800-949-4232. Second, if you're a person with a disability and you come across an issue that inhibits your access, speak up and let your issue be known. Another way is to put it in writing. And third, under Title II, if you're a state or local government, you must have an ADA coordinator working on accessibility issues. Our county ADA coordinator is Ken Heerman. Each state and local county government must ensure that their programs and services are accessible and usable by people with disabilities. They must do evaluations and transition plans, working towards ADA compliance. If a person comes across an issue that inhibits their access to a program or service, they should direct their comments to their ADA coordinator. Businesses also have an obligation under Title III of the ADA, and I would encourage business owners to view the ADA's website and then take a look at their business and see what ways you might be able to improve access for people with disabilities. And there's also a user-friendly checklist that you can help. And also keep in mind that there's tax credits and tax incentives that are available for when improvements are made for accessibility. And if you would like to learn more, you can refer to the ADA guide or join the Passaic County Advisory Council on Disability. And we meet virtually on the first Wednesday of the month. For more information to attend virtually, please call 973-569-4060 or email disabilitycouncil@passaiccounty.nj.org. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
I'm Carolyn Dean. I'm the chairperson for the ADA, Passaic County Advisory Council on Disabilities. I got involved because I work in the mental health field, and that's one of my passions is to make sure that people with invisible disabilities also get recognized.
I didn't think it was possible to mute me. Neil Ross, I'm a member of the Advisory Council on Disability, also a member of the County CAC, and I'm on the board of Dial Inc. Anywhere there's a disability-related issue, I'm there. I show up. These people do all the legwork and the advocacy, the fighting, the groundwork. I show up, I look good. I look up to them as the people who actually do the work. I'm just, here to look good. I appreciate that. Thank you for the opportunity.
If you just show up and look good, you belong in politics. Everybody, why don't we come down and do a photo?
Next, we have a presentation on the 2024 Passaic County Open Space, Farmland, and Historic Preservation Trust Fund proposed grants to both municipalities and nonprofits in the county. We have Kelly Raffel, the Assistant County Administrator and Director of our Department of Cultural and Historic Affairs, and Salvatore Presti, our Open Space Coordinator and Assistant Planner, are going to walk us through the grants for this year. Come on up.
Good evening, Commissioners. Glad to be here again for another year of 2024 open space funding. So we have been very busy receiving applications from municipalities and organizations within Passaic County. So in conjunction with the administration and our Open Space Advisory Committee, we are proud to present the recommendations for the 2024 program. We have a brief presentation that will walk you through the projects proposed by each town and organization in the county for both park development and historic preservation. So just going to start, you can see we do have a variety of 6 grants that are going to be receiving under $100,000. So these grants that we will walk through in a moment do not need to have a public comment period. So these will be just awarded straight from this meeting. And the grants over $100,000, you can see we have quite a few more. These will need to have a 45-day public comment period, and they will be approved at a later date. So without any further ado, I'll just walk you through some of the applications we have. So Bloomingdale is proposing improvements to the Delazier Field playground. It's a proposed rehabilitation of outdated playground equipment and installation of a rubberized surface, and we are recommending $225,000. Clifton is proposing improvements to their Enzaldi Park, proposed installation of field lighting to be specific at the park. Our recommendation is $225,000. The Community Association of the Highlands is requesting funding for their Highlands Natural Pool for some erosion control, additional furniture, dumpsters, and other work related to shifting a parking lot entrance. We are recommending $56,297. The Friends of Paterson Parks has submitted for several parks within Paterson, specifically Hayden Heights and Ralph D. Marcantonio Park, for some proposed tree removal and general site repair, as well as some waterline repair of an existing splash pad, regrading of land, and some seed work. So we are recommending $98,900. Halden has proposed improvements to their recreation center to upgrade their existing bathroom and storage rooms at the rec center and construction of an additional storage room. We are recommending $150,000. Hawthorne has improvements to Waggraw Fields 2 and 3 bleachers, just a replacement of baseball bleachers with new ADA compliant bleachers at their fields 2 and 3, and we are recommending $125,000. The Highlands Nature Friends wishes to go and upgrade their existing pavilion at the new Weiss Center. So it's an expansion of an existing pavilion, an addition of roll-down curtains, as well as some minor tree treatment. We are recommending $50,000. Little Falls has improvements at Lewis Park. It's proposed conversion of an existing baseball diamond into a multi-use sports field with supporting fencing and bleachers, resurfacing and refurbishment of an existing basketball court, as well as some new playground equipment and a paved parking lot adjacent to the field. We are recommending $225,000. North Halden is requesting improvements for High Mountain Middle School playground. It's a proposed replacement of outdated playground equipment and rubberized safety surfacing. We are recommending $225,000. Paterson is also requesting funding for multiple parks, specifically Hayden Heights Park, the Paterson Vietnam Veterans Park, and Ralph D. Marcantonio Park. The primary focus for the city of Paterson is going to be on Paterson Vietnam Veterans Park, though they have indicated that some funding will be for the other parks too. We are recommending $200,000. Pompton Lakes is requesting funding for Herschel Park improvements. This is a phase 2 of their project for a proposed restoration of the playground area and tree plantings to limit flooding damage. We are recommending $100,000. Prospect Park is requesting improvements to the Hoster Park tennis courts. It's a resurfacing of the tennis, basketball, and pickleball courts, and we're recommending $225,000. Ringwood is requesting funding for a Stonetown turf field. This is installation of a turf field at the Stonetown Recreation Complex with supporting field lighting and a new ADA compliant playground. We are recommending $225,000. Todowa is requesting replacements for their Washington Park playground, specifically replacements of outdated playground equipment and adding rubberized safety surfacing. We are recommending $193,763.14, which is the exact number they're asking for. Wanacue wants to improve Laurie Field. They want to revamp the field to include 2 pickleball courts with fencing, soundproofing on the fencing, a guardrail along the park entrance to an existing pump house, a revised gravel, a parking area and walkway, and general tables, benches, and landscaping. So we are recommending $225,000. Wayne Little League is proposing turfing at their D2 field. It's the backfield of the baseball diamond, which is located at the Dotterwich Field Complex. We are recommending $100,000. Woodland Park needs improvement at the Thomas E. May Memorial Playground. It's reinstallation of a rubberized safety surfacing and installation of ADA compliant playground equipment. We are recommending $225,000. And so that was park development. So I'll now turn it over to Kelly for historic preservation.
Just before Kelly starts, Commissioners, are there any questions, or we want to wait till the end? Or?
Director, if I may, just, can we get a copy of the slides?
Absolutely.
No, that's all right. It's okay, thank you. Good evening, Commissioners. So this year for historic preservation, we have 4 applications that we're recommending for award. When reviewing historic preservation applications, unlike with park development, we're looking at threat and need. So the first one, we have the American Labor Museum, who is asked again, so this is a phase 2 for the retention wall restoration. This was built at the turn of the century and it surrounds the property. It has failed, so this money would go towards repairing that in the rear of the site. Second, we have the Borough of Pompton Lakes. This is their first historic preservation application to us. And this will be to restore the roof and gutter system that's currently on their library. And it will, this amount with funds that they already have and raised will support a full rehabilitation of their slate roof. Third, we have the Friends of Wallace Homestead. This is for a phase 2 for the rehabilitation of their red timber barn. They do have a full site assessment. And this building, of all their buildings on the property, is most in need. They're asking for $48,000, which will restore the clapboard siding and the cedar shingle roof. They will also have, a lot of words. Words are hard. The barn trim will also be repaired, and then some will be added in places that it has been lost due to time. And then there's 5, excuse me, I misquoted 4. We do have funding for the Little Falls Historic Society, who has been working effortlessly on the Old Town Hall. So they've requested funds for the exterior door restoration at $50,000. It actually will cover 3 doors, the middle, which was a former carriage style door, and 2 other custom wood ones. They have completed their last year grant, which was the slate roof restoration and gutter repair. And then lastly, to Wayne Township. Wayne Township is putting funding in the restoration of the Wayne Museum Complex, which consists of 4 different structures. So they have asked for $250,000 for the Meade Van Dyne House, which was built circa 1760 and moved to the site. It does have ties to the American Revolution. Their intent is to use this funding to create a visitor center and open it to the public, because it has been closed for quite some time. And that concludes historic preservation applications. Questions? No, I just have a comment. Sure. I understand you being honored by Clifton tonight. Oh, I don't know if that's an honoring. Sorry. I'm speaking about the Hamilton House this evening at 8 o'clock.
So they're all excited that you're coming, so
Oh.
they're a big supporter of yours, and I just think you should know that.
Okay.
They love you.
Thank you.
Quick question, Kelly. What makes the Pompton Lakes Library a historic building?
It was built in I believe it was 1916. It does have association with a renowned architect. Its integrity is still intact, and it was locally designated by Pompton.
Any other questions from the Commissioner?
Director, the only, Kelly, the only one you mentioned that would enhance
Yes. So the Botto House does have ADA already built in that, we're not funding that in this particular round, but they are ADA compliant. Pompton Lakes Library is also a public facility. It has ADA compliance already built in. The timber barn, it is one level, so it would be, that building is ADA compliant. And right now, this is just sort of a stabilization. They would not be opening this building just yet. They do have more work to do. And then the Old Town Hall, following them through their preservation story, they are building an elevator, and they have ADA compliance entrance in the back. Yes, in the Little Falls. Sorry, just went through all of the applications.
Commissioner, that is a good point that I was going to raise as we had the chairwoman here, but one of the criteria the Open Space Advisory Committee looks at in making recommendations is whether they're putting in ADA accessible features in the project. So that is one of the sort of parts of the scoring rubric.
Very good. Thank you both.
I just want to, along with Kelly and Sal, there was a team effort to put together these recommendations. The Deputy Administrator, Mark Seaman, Darryl Sparta, our Parks Director, and his assistant, Greg Moore, Jonathan Perra, our engineer, and Norden Murphy, his assistant, and Andras, our planning director, all worked hard with our Open Space Advisory Committee. A lot of meetings, and don't forget our county council as well, who participated in those meetings. So thank you all for your hard work in bringing these recommendations to the board. Director, I just want to close with two things. On July 10th, we had a County College Chapter 12 bond sale. We sold over $3.9 million in bonds with the winning bidder of Fidelity Capital Markets at a net interest cost of 3.04%, which speaks to the county's financial stability and how we're viewed in the market. So that's great news, and kudos to our CFO in the state of New Jersey, Rich Cahill. And the other thing I wanted to note was that recently the Friends of Passaic County Parks was designated by the state as a cultural organization, which, along with prestige, opens up more grant opportunities so that the Friends can continue running programs and helping us pay for improvements in the Passaic County Park system. So kudos to Kelly for spearheading that effort. That's all I have this evening. Thank you.
Terrific. Thank you very much, Matt, and thanks to everybody and Lou for the technical support. That brings us to County Commissioner reports. Mine will be brief. I just want to point out three examples on our consent agenda, and another of the ways in which the county works with our municipalities to accomplish projects of local importance, where by working together we mutually add value to each other's work. Item number 40 is a shared service agreement between the county and the Borough of Ringwood for designing and installing a pedestrian crossing on Skyline Drive. 41 is a agreement between our county and the Borough of Woodland Park to relocate a water main underneath Lower Notch Road. Number 50 is a resolution authorizing the donation of 2 surplus Sheriff's Office vehicles to the West Milford Police Department, another way in which we're able to share resources and save taxpayers money. And then, of course, as we heard, and Bruce, as you pointed out a few moments ago, Kelly's going to be in Clifton this evening to talk about the ways in which Passaic County is supporting their historic preservation and historic sites in the same way that these last couple of years we've been doing in Wayne to great effect, where we bring our extraordinary staff to bear and the resources of this county to preserve, protect, and share historic facilities that used to be or that are part of our municipalities, but by working together, we're able to do some great things together. So I just want to point out all the ways that we work with our municipalities to accomplish things like that. Sandy?
I have nothing.
Thank you, Director. Just real quick, I just want to point out for my colleagues' consideration, obviously, you heard a lot about it just now on the presentation, but out of Planning and Economic Development, Resolutions 54 and 55, which reference all of the open space money that will be allocated upon approval. And that is also a testament to the work that was done by the committee to allocate these dollars to our municipalities to help support their efforts. So just looking for that consideration from my colleagues. Thank you.
Terry?
Director, we only have 4 on law and public safety, 2 from the prosecutor's office for awards and all technical. Then we have cleanup at the sheriff's officer range over there. And the last one, you took my thunder away, we're donating 2 SWAT cars. I'll keep an open seat in the back for you if you want. To West Milford, my hometown. So, that being said, that's it. Thank you.
All right. Nick?
I have nothing.
Bruce?
Yeah, I do have something. I want to point out, I'm very proud of you, but Nadej Allwaters, our county council, has been selected as one of the 100 legal power of the state of New Jersey. And of course, thanks, Lou. And I'm proud of you. You're the first African American that we've ever had in county counsel's office as the chief counsel, I believe. And you have proven to be beyond what anybody would have expected of any lawyer in there. So I'm proud to work with you on many things. I'm really happy to see this because you're getting recognized statewide as one of the 100 power attorneys in the state of New Jersey, and I'm proud of you more than you know. So I thought.
Does that mean you're going to be looking for a raise? Is that what it is?
Taking it out of your money.
Yeah.
And thank you.
So,
All right. Thanks, Bruce. Yeah, terrific recognition. Pat?
Yes, Director, I have 13 resolutions from my committee for my colleagues' review. I know, I keep forgetting. I have 13 resolutions from my committee for my colleagues' review. And also, Matt will discuss a little more about the issue with the union.
Yeah, I was going to mention it before we approved the personnel agenda, but tonight on our personnel agenda, we're bringing on as seasonal employees 4 Passaic County residents, members of Laborers Local 3, as part of the direct hire program, that memorandum of agreement that we signed with the Passaic County Building and Construction Trades Council a couple years ago. We had gotten a quote to do work in the park system. Darrell had gotten a quote, and it was upwards of $100,000 for this work, and we're able to bring on these Passaic County residents as seasonal employees and get the work done at a lower cost and put our residents to work. And I just think it speaks to our the board's continued efforts to try and put our residents to work and save tax dollars, and our strong relationship with the Building and Constructions Council.
Thank you.
That's great. Thank you both very much. So for those of you who are following along, we're down to letter J. There's no communication, so that brings us to the oral portion of the meeting. Can I have a motion to open the public portion?
So moved.
second.
County Commissioners Cruz?
Yes.
Duffy?
Yes.
Gallo?
Yes.
James? Lepore?
Yes.
Deputy Director Lazara?
Yes.
Director Bartlett?
Yes. So members of the public wishing to address the board can approach the podium. Please begin with your name and address, and take note that you will have 3 minutes, and anything you say will become part of the public record of tonight's meeting.
Seeing no one at the podium, I move to close the public portion.
Second.
County Commissioners Cruz?
Yes.
Duffy?
Yes.
Gallo?
Yes.
James? Lepore?
Yes.
Deputy Director Lazara?
Yes.
Director Bartlett?
Yes. That brings us to our consent agenda. Council, any need to go into executive session?
No,
Any late starters?
Not tonight.
Does anyone have any item on the consent agenda, which is L1 through L55, that they want to pull out and separately vote on? Okay. I know there are a bunch of legal matters on our consent agenda this evening. Are there any that anyone has any questions on that we want to go into executive session to ask our counsel? Okay. Hearing none, can I have a motion to adopt the consent agenda?
I move it.
Second.
County Commissioners Cruz?
Yes.
Duffy?
Yes.
Gallo?
Yes.
James? Lepore?
Yes.
Deputy Director Lazara?
Yes.
Director Bartlett?
Yes, that brings us to new business and receipt of the supplemental debt statement from the CFO. Lou, do you read that?
I will read into the record the executive summary of the bond of the guaranteed ordinance 2024-07.
Lou, if I could just maybe give a little preamble before you do that. So North Haledon had come to our improvement Improvement Authority. They are looking to purchase a building and renovate it to turn it into a new municipal complex. I know I talk in my budget presentation a lot about the importance of our credit rating, and I think here you're seeing the proof of that, that North Haledon is coming to us to use our credit rating to go to the market and save their taxpayers money when they're trying to borrow $20 million for this important project. So with that,
Guaranteed ordinance number 2024-07, securing the Passaic County Improvement Authority's County Guaranteed Lease Revenue Bonds, Series 2024, Borough of North Haledon Project, in an aggregated principal amount not to exceed $20 million.
I'll move it.
Second.
Lepore, right? County Commissioners Cruz.
Yes.
Duffy.
Yes.
Gallo.
Yes.
James.
Yes.
Lepore.
Yes.
Deputy Director Lazara.
Yes.
Director Bartlett.
Yes, Matt, thanks for that explanation. And that brings us to the personnel.
Move the personnel.
Second.
Second.
County Commissioners Cruz.
Abstain.
Duffy.
Yes.
Gallo.
Yes.
James. Lepore.
Yes.
Deputy Director Lazara.
Yes.
Director Bartlett.
Yes, the bills.
Bills.
Move, second.
County Commissioners Cruz.
Yes.
Duffy.
Yes.
Gallo.
Yes.
James. Lepore.
Yes.
Deputy Director Lazara.
Yes.
Director Bartlett.
Yes, and adjournment.
Make that
Move it.
motion.
Second.
County Commissioners Cruz.
Yes.
Duffy.
Yes.
Gallo.
Yes.
James.
Yes.
Lepore.
Yes.
Deputy Director Lazara.
Yes.
Director Bartlett.
Yes, thanks, everyone. We'll see you in August.